Hello, hi, it's been some time. I gotta be honest, this is probably like the most anxious I've been for a stream like ever. Because like, I was planning this stuff and I was really hoping that everything would go according to plan. And then pretty much immediately things didn't go according to plan. Yeah, I had to delay the stream by an hour because I forgot that there was the Xbox event, which is weird because I didn't know that it was happening. But then like right when I was making the stream, I thought about like, why don't I just do this a bit later so I get some more time to prepare? And then I accidentally put it so that it's like the stream was at the same time that the Xbox event was, which isn't really very smart because yeah, I also wanted to like watch the event myself. So yeah, but thankfully actually, honestly, I have to thank Todd Howard because I don't care about Starfield. And in that event, the last hour of it was Starfield. So I could spend that time just like preparing for the stream. So that was great. Also, yeah, you can see right here the chat. It's on screen now. Yeah, that's a new thing that I did. I'll talk about that later. Actually, I also tweeted about those events, different like game events happening. And the reason why I watched them, because like most of them are like pretty bad. Like they don't really show games that are that interesting a lot of the time. But there's always that really small chance that they show something like really cool. And I want to be there for that. So that's why I always watch them. But yeah, I guess, should I do some more stalling or should I just get to it? I guess I should get to it. Let me put this here, make the background white. So, as the stream title says, I'm going to be doing a new pigeon reveal. Or actually, the stream title doesn't say it, but the thumbnail has like a question mark on it. There's a new pigeon, yeah, new design. And I've shown new designs before, but I always did them like really just like suddenly it's there. This time I'm gonna do like the cool thing that VTubers do, where they like they have it at the top here, and I'm gonna slowly reveal it. Yeah, this is gonna be really scuffed, but it's fine. You can see the movement. Also, actually, before I get to it, I should probably check that the audio is good. Let me go to YouTube. Sounds good. Okay. Right now, I think I don't need to worry about like the internet disconnecting like at all, which is fantastic, because that was like in the previous streams that was always a worry. But right now I've been doing like a lot of testing, and in like the past 3 hours that I've had this like stream going in the background, there has not been a single dropped frame. So I'm feeling like pretty confident that it's good now. Also, yeah, the Zelda music. I'm gonna talk about the Zelda stuff later. I have a lot to talk about there. But yeah, let's get this showcase thing out of the way. Da-da-da-da. Ooh. Yeah, the movement. Oh. Yeah, it's the new design. I started like basically working on this maybe like a month ago, and now I can show it. Yeah, I don't really have like a actually, well, I do have a lot to say about this, but I don't know how interesting it is, so I don't think I'm gonna go too much into details here. But yeah, this is basically the look going forward. There's like certain things here that are like a pretty significant upgrade over the previous one, and I think at this point, this is probably like the last model that I will ever do myself. Like in the future, one day if I want to do like a new model, I will probably like actually commission someone who knows what they're doing to make it, because yeah, I think making these like DIY by myself, it's fun, but I'm definitely not like good at this. So I should probably get someone, commission someone who actually knows what they're doing. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I like it. There isn't really, I guess there's this. I can open my eyes really wide, and then the previous Pigeon version didn't have really anything that like funny in it. I didn't add anything like extra. But the ones before that always had some kind of like extra thing that I never really used. I decided to add one here as well. So, ta-da! The issue with these is like, I don't know what situation I would use this in. But yeah, I have a knife. So that's something. Yeah. But I think that's it for the showcase. I think I'm now gonna go back to the normal thing. I need to figure out like the exact spot that I'm gonna put this in. It's fine if I like overlap with the gameplay sometimes a little bit like that. Yeah. Okay. Where do I put my OBS window? I guess here. This is like really annoying how I have a Google Chrome window for the stream like YouTube Studio thing. I have my DS capture card window. I have a counter for the encounters. And I have the VTube Studio, and then I have OBS Studio. Thankfully I have two monitors. Doing all of this with one monitor would be like actually impossible. But it's still pretty hectic, like trying to manage where I put everything. But yeah, there's like a lot that I want to go over this stream. The point of this stream is to kind of just catch up, and then after that I can kind of go back to like normal streaming, hopefully. So I'm gonna try to like go over everything that I can in this stream. Also, I need to remember to drink water. Yeah, so first things first. There's really nothing to say about Sapphire. I haven't really done anything. I think last stream I was at, I got to 8,200. So I've only done 500 encounters since then, and that's because I've been very busy. I've been very busy with a lot of stuff, so I haven't really had much time to do this. But I'm gonna try to get back into doing encounters now properly. I say that every single time, but this time like genuinely, because I really need to get like this playthrough moving. It's been a bit too slow with the first part back in like October, and now the next one is probably gonna be like a month from now, maybe. No promises. Hello, Siphon Racer. I think that's how you pronounce that, maybe. Yeah. This is always difficult to decide like what topic do I start with, because there's so much to go over. I guess first, overall, like last month, I was on like hiatus and stuff. Wasn't really uploading anything. And yeah, let's talk about that. I also need to find where's the, here, white flute. So last month I was kind of like working on, in terms of like the little free time that I had, I was basically splitting it between this new Pigeon and then the Bloodborne video, and then playing Zelda. So it was kind of rough. And I hoped that I would be able to get both of these done before the month ended, so I could basically like do this stream at the very start of the month. but as you can see by me doing this now on the 11th, that didn't really work out. I had to like kind of delay things. It would have been so nice, it would have been so convenient if I could have like done this stream like a week ago. But alas, here we are. Hello, Ivor. Yeah, I think in the future, I'm just gonna kind of say people's names, and I'm not gonna worry about the pronunciation. If I get it wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, because I shouldn't need to like every single time I try to pronounce someone's name. Apologize for it. Yeah. So the Bloodborne video came out 2 days ago now. Yeah, and it's a video. That video was like really, really rough making it because of the limited time. There was like that video probably out of all of my videos, like, well, of the recent videos at least, went through like a lot of change. Like there was a long time where that was gonna be 2 hours 30 minutes, and I thought that that was gonna be like the actual length of the video. But then I kind of came to my senses and realized that that's bad, and I got a lot of stuff out to make it better paced. And it's still 1 hour 20, but you know, a lot better than 2 hours 30. So yeah, that's kind of the story of how that video turned out the way it did. I think I'm happy with how it turned out, but it was messy. It was messy, definitely. And I wonder if like a month from now, if I watch back the video, if I'm gonna like hate it. That sometimes happens, but I think it's fine. And if I really wanted to be optimal, I probably should have like not even done that video, because it would have saved me time and I would have been able to like get back to streaming earlier and stuff like that. Yeah, I think like longer videos are fine, but with that one, because it's a stream highlights, it's like if I make it that long, then at that point you might as well just watch the stream VODs. Like the whole point of the video is to be like a supercut. Like I cut out all of the extra bits basically. So that's why I feel that with something like a Pokemon Sapphire video, with like if I make the part 2, like that could be like 2 hours and that would be fine for me, but it's not gonna be 2 hours, by the way. But if it was 2 hours, I would be fine with that. But with like a specific like a stream highlights video like that, I want it to be like shorter, you know. But yeah. I think I'm gonna do 100 encounters, or let's go for an hour, and I'll see how many I can do in that time. But yeah, that's the Bloodborne video, I guess, talked about. I don't know if I have a whole lot more about that. Yeah, the part 2 Chalice Dungeons video is gonna be shorter. I think I'm gonna aim for like 30 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna edit that probably. I haven't even started on it yet, but I think I have like now an idea of how exactly I want to do it. So I'm gonna try to get it out like, I want to say like a week from now. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm gonna try to. Yeah, it would be really, really nice to like get that out of the way, sort of. Like, okay, that sounds kind of bad, because I mean, I do like making those videos, and I enjoyed making the Bloodborne video, but you know, right now I sort of want to do new things, and I've been sitting on that footage, and I've been overall like the Bloodborne playthrough started at the beginning of the year, and we're now like halfway through the year, so I want to do new things now. So yeah, I want to get that video out of the way. And I guess from there we can move on to the next topic, which is future things. Yeah, so kind of the number one big thing of this stream was the new pigeon here, and the number two thing is the news that going forward, unless, things are always up for change. But I think I'm gonna be streaming like a lot more. Like, previously we were doing like maybe once every 2 weeks. Going forward, I'm gonna be aiming for like a few times a week. Yeah. Every few days, basically. We'll see if I can keep that up. But yeah, that's happening. There's been so many like changes, but I don't want to go into too many details. Basically, things are looking really good right now. Like I'm very happy right now because yeah, I'll be able to do a lot more things going forward, and I'm gonna try to do streams a few times a week, and that means that things will also like move a lot faster. So there more than likely won't be another Bloodborne situation where like one playthrough takes half a year. So, and that's pretty cool. Out of topic, but did you think about making a community Discord server? Maybe at some point. I don't know. I don't think my community is quite big enough yet to really warrant a Discord server. I think for now I'm just gonna like, if you want to like communicate with me, I guess, then I'd do that through Twitter, and then maybe eventually if things grow, I might make a Discord. I don't know. I don't really use Discord. I should maybe use it more. I do have a Discord account. Actually, I actually just got the username thing, which was really dumb. Even as someone who doesn't use Discord, so I don't really care, but I still gotta say that was really dumb. The whole thing they did with the usernames, getting rid of the numbers. Yeah, my username on Discord is Muikkunen. It's basically like the channel URL, except the last E is a 3 because of the fact that the normal Muikkunen was taken. I'm gonna write it on the screen if people want to like add me or something. Yeah. Like that. Yeah, I don't really use Discord too much though, so... But if you want to add me, then you can. What was I talking about? I read the chat, yeah. Sweet, although I won't be able to join every stream, then to work most of the time when people stream. Yeah, I think going forward, I will probably be streaming like... right now it's 10 PM for me. This is not ideal. I have things I need to do tomorrow. I would have preferred to do this stream earlier. But, as I talked about, there was the Xbox thing. I think going forward, I'm gonna be aiming for like 8 PM. So basically like 2 hours ago, I would have started stream, something like that. It might depend on the day. Hello, Jan, J.A.N. Yeah. Lies of P demo stream. I mean, maybe if there's like nothing else that I want to do, then I guess. I've seen like the trailers for that game, and it looks fine, but I don't know. I feel like instantly if there's a game that's like marketing itself as like a Souls-like, then I'm a bit like wary of that. I don't know. I think from what I've seen, a lot of the games that do that end up being like not that great. I don't know. Discord servers are only useful if you use a community as part of your videos, otherwise they're just a distraction. Yeah. Like again, if this thing grows bigger, then maybe I could see the value in that, but right now I don't think there's too much of a reason to. But yeah, in terms of games that I am gonna be streaming, I think mean, I could do it maybe tomorrow, but I don't know for sure yet. Either tomorrow or Tuesday. Elden Ring. I'm gonna be starting that. And back before, I talked about doing like a really like short playthrough of Elden Ring. But now, I think I'm gonna do like a proper one, like a big one. So yeah, that's gonna be happening. I mean, saying that, I'm actually kind of scared because I haven't really considered the fact that I'm gonna be running Elden Ring, VTube Studio, and I'm gonna be streaming with OBS Studio all at the same time. I have a RTX 2060. It's not even like the powerful version, like the 12 gig. It's a 6 gig. So I don't know if I'll be able to run that. I might have to like lower the Elden Ring settings. Like I can play Elden Ring 60 FPS, like high settings, fine. But I'm just scared of like stacking all of that together. Might cause issues. I would rather not have like my PC blue screen midstream. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be doing like everything in Elden Ring, but you know, like most of the stuff. And I've played through the game twice already, so I should be able to like, you know, I know what there is in the game. Yeah, I'll probably have to lower the settings a little bit. Honestly, like, my graphics card, I don't really feel any need to upgrade it anytime soon. I see a lot of people saying that, like, I think people panic over graphics cards way too fast. Like, they think something is completely, like, obsolete immediately when a new one comes out. I think, like, honestly, if I had my previous graphics card, which was a R9 390, I would still probably be fine with that. Like, the reason why I upgraded was because the 390, not 390. No, it is 390. Yeah. R9 390. Yeah. That one. The reason why I upgraded was because it ran very hot. Like my room would just get like insanely hot, and during summer it was really uncomfortable. That's why I upgraded. But like in terms of performance, it was honestly kind of fine. I guess, I mean, I understand it if you want to run like 1440p or 4K, but I don't know, I'm fine with 1080p. From what I've heard, the 40 series, like the 4090 and all that, apparently not very good. Like the upgrade from the 30 series isn't very big. Yeah, there is air conditioning. Well, in this place I don't have it, but in the previous place I did have it, but it's noisy, and a lot of time I didn't want to have it on. I mean, in the US, do you have like air conditioning in every single room? So I mean, I don't think that's a thing here. I think a lot of houses have like a aircon, I think. But yeah, like I cannot handle heat. I see oftentimes people getting like mad at Europeans for complaining about heat because like our summers are nowhere near as bad as like the US in terms of temperature. But yeah, I could if I went to like the US during summer, like one of the really hot states, I would probably like melt. It would not be good. But yeah, other games. I think actually sometime next week as well, I might do a Monster Hunter Sunbreak or Bryce Sunbreak stream because there's the new bonus update thing, and I've done everything up to like the bonus update. So yeah, I just need to do that, and then I'm like done with the game. And since I'm streaming a lot more now, I might as well stream that. That should be like one stream. There's like just one monster that you need to kill. So yeah, that could be a thing. And then there's Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on the PSP that I talked about. That's probably at some point gonna be happening. Yeah, and then there are so many games I could play. Honestly, I could play Zelda. I'm like halfway through that game now, so yeah, it wouldn't be like a complete playthrough, but if I'm playing it either way, so I might as well stream it. Yeah, we'll see. I think I'm gonna do the Elden Ring stream, and then after that, I'll see what I do next. Every room has its own window unit air conditioner, mostly because our house is old and it costs a fortune to install an internal heat and cool system. Yeah, okay. Should I have the chat thing like over the pigeon or under the pigeon? Maybe it's better to have it over like that. Yeah, these event things that they do, like the Xbox event that just happened, in the future I might stream them because yeah, I think it would be fun to have like live reactions to all that stuff. I think there's tomorrow there's a Capcom event and they might show off some like Monster Hunter stuff. And also there was in the Xbox event today, there was like two things that interested me. Number one was the new Capcom game. I think it was Path of the Goddess, I think was the name. It looked really cool. And yeah, they might show more of that in their own event. So that could be cool. And then Atlas showed off some Persona stuff. And yeah, I've played Persona 5 like a little bit. Like, I think I did like 3 of the palaces in the game, and then I stopped playing it. I really liked it. I need to replay it or start over at some point. But yeah, I always really respect those games, and the OST is really good. I use like pretty much in all of my videos, there's at least one like Persona OST, even though I haven't played the games. I should probably play the games because I feel kind of bad about that. Hello, Meteorver. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's a difficult name. Thank you. But yeah, the Capcom event, there's... I mean, there's probably going to be a Monster Hunter reveal there, like the next big game. So, that could be cool. I think it was 1 a.m. tomorrow in my time. That's not great. I don't know if I can do that. But I might try. We'll see. If I feel like... if I'm awake, then maybe I'll do it. Yeah. In the future, I think, in situations like that, I might just like turn on stream suddenly. It might happen. I'll try to like an hour or 30 minutes prior make the waiting room. Yeah, we'll see. One thing that I want to talk about, actually regarding this whole new pigeon, there's like one big problem that I cannot fix right now, which is that I think if I look like right around there, you can see eyes close, and sometimes they kind of like flicker. And the reason why that happens is because I'm using a webcam for tracking, which is not ideal. Very long story short, like all of the VTubing tech, all of the technology is made with iPhones in mind. And that's because number one, iPhones are really popular, so a lot of people have one. And number two, the iPhones have this camera tech called, I think it's True Depth, and it's like really good. So yeah, ideally, if you were gonna do something like this, you would have an iPhone. I don't have an iPhone. And for this, I genuinely considered getting like an iPhone X, like a really cheap one. But then I found out that there are no cheap iPhone X's, even though it's a 6-year-old phone. It's a phone from 2017, and apparently people on the used market still want €100 for it. So yeah, that's not gonna be happening. And they were all like broken. Like they were all like screen broken, camera broken, all that, and they demand €100 for that. Yeah, I don't know about that. So I think what I'm gonna be doing is I'm just gonna live with it, and then maybe if I one day get a new phone, I might get an iPhone. I don't know. I'm not like opposed to the idea. I know a lot of people like have like a passionate hate for Apple. I don't really care. I've never used an iPhone before, but from what I've seen, they seem fine. Yeah, but it wasn't just like one listing that was 100. They were like all of them were over 100. There were multiple that were like 200. And it's a phone from 2017. It's just that iPhones, like they don't drop in price like at all. They basically, like currently it's, I think the iPhone 14 is the newest one. When the iPhone 15 comes out, the iPhone 14 will like drop in price maybe 100 or 200. And then after that it's discontinued. Like they don't ever like actually drop it like really low. So because of that, like the used market kinda is the same, where they just don't sell for very low ever. It's weird. But yeah, it's not really like a big priority. Like I'm fine with this. I think that tracking is good enough. But yeah, in case anyone was wondering why the eyes might sometimes like flicker a little bit, that's why. By the way, my webcam is a Logitech. What is the name of it? It's the really cheap one, like the 720p one. But it's basically like the way it works is that you either have an iPhone or you don't. Like there's even if I got like a really really good webcam, it wouldn't really make that much of a difference. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. Yeah, iPhone prices used is insanely high. If you try and find one in store, you will see a price change. Everything online is always at a higher price. Yeah, I guess. I saw like some that were like, what's the name? Like fixed. Like they get like a used iPhone and then they like fix the screen and stuff like that. Refurbished, yeah. And those were like 150, 200. So they were like working, but it's still like, yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably maybe like sometime this year I might want to get a new phone, and then when I do that I'll maybe look at like the iPhone 12 or 13 if I can find for like less than 400. That might be an okay deal, because like the current price that I see of them is like over 500. Something I've been wanting to buy, but it's still slightly outside my price range. GBA updated screen. Love to get one with the HDMI out. Oh yeah, those were a thing. I forgot about that. Those are pretty interesting. I mean, that's a pretty good option if you want to capture GBA footage. Might be better than this, what I'm using, the DS capture card. Yeah, I'm in the Sapphire Part 2 that I will probably... I'll start working on it this month. I have like all of the footage and everything that I need except for the shiny. So I'm gonna start working on it this month, and then once I get the shiny, I'll have like everything I need for it. And in that video, I will probably talk about the GBA that I got, the updated screen. I think my recommendation for that, do not get one of the cheap ones from like eBay or AliExpress or whatever. What I did is in the video that I made about it, you might have seen it. In that one, I got like a really cheap one from eBay, and then later, like last year, I guess it arrived this year in like January. I got a funny playing one, and I would say honestly, like, it's a better idea to save up for like one of the better ones. Like, I'm not even specifically saying to get the funny playing one, just like one of the branded ones that are like known to be good. Because yeah, the quality is like a lot better. Like just the overall quality of the shell and the fitting and everything just feels so much nicer. So yeah. There's I think his name is Mako with a 0 at the end. Wait, does he have a 0? I don't know. It's a YouTube channel, and he goes over a lot of like the GBA modding, such. Highly recommend. But yeah, I don't know anything about the HDMI out. I don't know which ones have that and which don't. But yeah. I can record with a GameCube, Game Boy player, but it has its own issues. Yeah, that's interesting. I've looked into that in the past. I don't know if I'll ever get a GameCube, Game Boy player, yeah. But it could be like the one thing that I could use it for is Game Boy Color games, because I have a Super Nintendo or a Super Famicom, and I have the Super Game Boy for it, so I can record Game Boy games from that, and then this DS capture card can do GBA, but I can't do Game Boy Color, which is like a very small amount of games. It's Pokemon Crystal. I can't record Pokemon Crystal. That's the only thing I really care about there. But yeah, so if I one day want to do like Pokemon Crystal playthrough or something, then I would probably get a Game Boy player for that. Which Pokemon Crystal is my favorite Pokemon game, so maybe, but not anytime soon. I'm still kinda doing this whole Pokemon Sapphire thing. Also, this DS capture card. I recently looked at the DS capture site. I don't remember the name of it. But the place where you can buy these, and I found out that they nowadays have USB-C or USB Type-C, which would have been really cool if I got one of those. The one that I have has USB Micro, and USB Micro is not great. I've heard that these things, it's not really a matter of time. It's not really a matter of if the port will break. It's more so like when. Because USB Micro is bad. Yeah, hopefully, I'm really trying to be like careful with this. Like whenever I plug in the cable, I'm like really careful, because replacing this would be an awful experience. Like, preferably, I would be able to use this for the rest of time. I would really rather not get another DS capture card. Only been live for 43 minutes. Ooh. Already at nearly 100 encounters. So I think I talked about it in some previous stream somewhere, but kind of a recap. The Pokemon Sapphire Part 2 is going to be... Basically, at first, it was going to be like after I got the shiny here, but now I've decided that I'm gonna make Part 2 basically everything that has happened since Part 1. So there's been like, you know, all of the shiny hunting that I've done. There's all of the levels that I did for like a lot of the Pokemon. Like, yeah, pretty much like, I think Ninjask evolved after the video, and so did the Slakoth here. And there's like probably like 10 Pokemon in the box. Then there's the stuff with the GBA, and there's also the contest stuff, stuff I did with the berries. Yeah, it's basically like a big recap of everything that's been going on in like the last half a year. I think that's enough for like one video, because otherwise all of that would have been like a recap within like Part 2. But then I kind of realized that like that would be a pretty big recap. I might as well make that like its own part. So yeah. And then the video is gonna end with me getting the shiny here. Which, yeah, hopefully will happen soon. Really wanted to get to 10,000 encounters by the end of the month. But then I was just so busy that I couldn't do it. I had like this whole plan that I would do like a few hundred encounters every day, but then I was like, maybe I'll rather just like put this off for now because I have other things I need to do. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do like encounters like a lot right now, because yeah, I want to get the shiny. I think right now, I think I've gotten used to streaming again. At the beginning of the stream, I was like really anxious, but I think I'm fine now. It's like not streaming for over a month is kind of rough getting back into it. Also, yeah, the stream starting screen was empty because I didn't want to like spoil this new BGM model. So at the end of the stream, you'll see what it looks like. I'm pretty happy with it. I also just now remembered that after this stream, I'll need to like update all of my like Twitter icons and the YouTube icon and everything. I think that's all. I might update the banner as well. I'll probably have to make like a post kind of showing this new model. I need to remember to do that. That's very much a thing that I would forget to do, so let me open up Twitter here already so I remember to do it. Also, after the stream, I need to remember to test audio stuff. Also, thank you for the reminder. Drink water. Because I'm noticing in like looking at the OBS thing, whenever I drink water, it goes up. So it's definitely like picking up me drinking water, which I don't know how I feel about that. But I don't want to like have to fucking press the mute button every single time I drink water. So right now I'm just kind of like whatever. But I need to figure out like good audio settings so that like only me speaking gets picked up. But I think I prefer the way it currently is to what I had before. There was like a long time where I had like a really strong noise gate where basically like only speaking would get picked up. But what it resulted in was that my voice would get like cut off by the noise gate. You can kind of hear it in the Bloodborne video, like the first 4 streams I had the noise gate, and after that I didn't. I think that the later streams sound way better. You know, the cost of it is that me drinking water gets picked up by the microphone, but it's fine. And actually, related to that, there was a few days ago, or actually it was at night, I heard some of my neighbors, like at the middle of the night, like talking on the balcony. They were very drunk, and it was like I could hear it pretty clearly. So I'm sort of worried that that will get picked up on screen or on stream. Hopefully not. But I really don't know like how sensitive this microphone is, even though I've been using it for like 5 years. I feel like sometimes it picks up everything, and then sometimes it like doesn't even pick up my own voice. I don't know. That's why I need to do testing after the stream and kind of readjust it. Yeah, I guess I haven't talked about Zelda yet. I mean, I mentioned it, but yeah, that game's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm like, I think I'm halfway through the game. I don't know for sure, but I've done like, I think 60 shrines and 2 of like the dungeons. And I've got all of the dragon tier things, which I feel like was a bad idea. I probably shouldn't have gotten all of them immediately, because I feel like it kind of spoiled the big reveal for me. I maybe should have like first done some of the dungeons and then, you know, paced it better basically. But it's fine. I've been really enjoying the story and just playing through the game. Honestly, like, I looked at the, I think, first 2 trailers, but like the last big one that they showed, I didn't watch it, so I had like no clue that the building was gonna be like that cool. I've been really enjoying it. There's like so much stuff you can make. It's actually crazy. What happened to the background music? It's just really quiet. What OST even is this? Let me boost it up. I think that's... might be King's Field, maybe. I don't know. It's always fun when I discover like what OSTs I have in the fucking music folder. Because I just basically like, what I've done with it is I first like downloaded a bunch of OSTs that I put in there, and then later whenever I make videos, whatever OSTs I use in the videos, I end up kind of like putting them in the music folder as well. So it kind of gets like updated over time. And oftentimes like forget what I've even put there. I think that's a pretty fun way of doing it though. And the alternative would be to use like the royalty-free background music that every VTuber uses. I mean, some of them are okay, but everyone uses them, so you get kind of tired of hearing them. I mean, it's kind of funny because, like, technically using video game OSTs as my background music like this is, like, not allowed, but because of the way copyright stuff works with games, they don't, like, actively pursue copyright on game OSTs, so I can kind of abuse that. Use them as my background music. Been addicted to Tears of the Kingdom since I got it. I heard a tweet where he posted the game and was annoyed because I had to wait till it arrived. Yeah, the story of that is I went to like I went to the store at like 8 a.m. and they didn't have it like on the shelf yet. And then I came back later at like I think 11 a.m. and then they had it. Or actually no. They didn't even have it then, but I went to like ask like an employee there, and they had it in the storage, so I got it. I was pretty happy. I was like basically the first person to get it from that store because they hadn't even put it up yet. So that was pretty cool. And I never pre-order games, not because of like how people usually talk about like no pre-orders, but because I don't trust the fucking postal service here in Finland. They will fuck it up. So rather than that, I just like go to the store the day the game comes out. It's worked for me pretty well. And also, actually, I have the screenshot here somewhere. There it is. No, wait, is that it? Yeah, it is. Boom. This tweet that I made, I thought about like adding context to this and like explaining this, but then I thought it would be funnier if I just didn't. I'm gonna explain it here. And then after that, I think I'll maybe end stream. So what happened is it 2 days ago, or I guess 1 day ago? I was I'm not gonna go into the specific details, but let's just say I was put into a situation where I had a bunch of time to kill, and I was not at home, and there was a PS3 there, but it wasn't my PS3, and they had some games, and they also had Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition, and this person that the PS3 belongs to is someone who I've told repeatedly to play Dark Souls because it's the best game ever made, but they refuse to play it. Yeah, I've been telling them for like 6 years to play the fucking game, and they don't play it. So I thought it would be funny when I saw that they had 3 hours 48 minutes of playtime. I thought it would be funny if I beat the game, you know, in less time than that. And then I started a very improvised speedrun using a third-party controller that they had. It was pretty bad. I haven't played Dark Souls in a year. The last time I played it was in the PS3 streams that I did. So yeah, I was very rusty. Pretty much right at the beginning, I died. I went to the catacombs and I died like 3 times in a row. If I was smart, I would have restarted the run, but I thought it would be funny to just keep going. And yeah, throughout it, one highlight was me getting cursed by Seath, and then I ended up fighting Seath while cursed because I didn't have time to like go get it healed. And yeah, that was fun. My build ended up being basically, so Dark Souls speedruns, there's like a ton of things that you can do, like a ton of glitches and stuff like that, but I don't know like even half of them. I'm actually gonna move this, like, let's move it up there. I don't know like the required glitches and things, so because of that I had to kind of go like the vanilla route. And what I ended up doing is I first went to the catacombs and I got the Gravelord Greatsword and killed Pinwheel. And then after that I just kind of leveled like strength until I could like one-hand wield it, and then I leveled vitality, just vitality. I got the Fap Ring and the Havel Ring, and then just like played through the game basically vanilla, like only killing the required bosses. And I ended up dying to Ornstein and Smo once, Bit of Chaos I think twice, Seeds like 3 times, and Nito once. So yeah, not exactly optimal, but I would say considering all of the conditions, 2 hours 51 minutes is like not bad. That's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. I think if I had optimal conditions, I had some warm up and a proper route, I think I could do like under 2 hours, maybe like hour 30, maybe. But yeah, I don't really have much of an interest in speedrunning. I just thought this would be like a funny thing to do. Yeah. Still gonna play through Dark Souls myself, kind of got no time though, sadly. Highly recommend it, it's a very good game. And as you can see, you can actually play through it in less than 3 hours. I think like my first playthrough probably took like 50 plus hours, so maybe not quite 3 hours, but depends on how well you play, I guess. I've done 2 runs through it so far. One was classic strength build, which ended up using Black Knight Ultra Greatsword. That weapon is pretty fun. I've used it once, I think. It's pretty cool. I think during this summer, I'm gonna play Zelda and Elden Ring and all those games that I talked about. But then off stream, I'm probably gonna try to play Boku no Natsu Yasumi. It was one of the games that I talked about in the PS2 video. That game is like, I mean, the name of the game is my summer vacation, so it's like very fitting game, and I've been meaning to play that, so. I've been like, I really need to play games on my PS2. I have it like right next to me here, but it's just got no time. At some point. My other one was a Fat Dex build using the Great Scythe and Life Hunt Scythe. Well, that's interesting. I've actually never used the Life Hunt Scythe. Seems pretty cool. I've used the Great Scythe. I think my first playthrough actually used the Great Scythe. It's a really fun weapon. It's like the R2, like the big sweep. Very good. Very nice. It's also really interesting how it's a dex weapon, but it's like pretty like big and slow and long range. Usually, you know, weapons that do that are strength. Yeah, I think it's pretty fun when weapons have some kind of like drawback like that. I really like power within, like fixed damage. I think my favorite build that I've done in Dark Souls was a Power Within and Chaos Blade build. The Chaos Blade is like basically like the Uchigatana and Iato that I showed in the PS3 video, except it has a really bad two-handed R2. It's like comically bad because it's really slow. But then in return it has really good damage, and also you take damage for every hit you do to an enemy, and then you combine that with Power Within, which also does damage to you constantly, and it makes this really fun, like high risk, high reward. It's basically like what I think it is that they made the Chaos Blade like a bit stronger than the Uchi and the Iato, and the idea was that you wouldn't be able to buff it with like a what is Sunlight Blade and Dark Moon Blade, but they didn't think about Power Within, so you can buff it with that, and then it becomes like the attack rating in the menu is like over 700 with a katana, which is ridiculous. A fast weapon like that should not have an attack rating of fucking 700. It's very fun. Yeah, I need to do another like proper playthrough of Dark Souls 1 at some point. That's also like on the list. Not the priority though, but it's on the list. I think I'm gonna do 10 more encounters, then I'll end the stream there. Next planned playthrough of Dark Souls is using Miracles, a sort of paladin playstyle. Yeah, Miracles are pretty fun. I think I prefer them to sorceries. Yeah, I'd probably play on PS3 or something. Sadly can't cause I don't have it here currently. I think my Twitter feed will be fun once I play through it though. Yeah. It was pretty interesting playing. This was also like my first time playing Prepare to Die Edition on PS3. I have played Prepare to Die Edition on PC, but it was like a pretty good experience, honestly. Like, not that much different from playing on PC. So if you get the Prepare to Die Edition and I guess updated to like the most recent patch, then it should be pretty good. You know, it'll be 30 FPS, but I think, well, especially since I was just editing the Bloodborne video, I'm like very adjusted to 30 FPS right now, so it didn't really bother me when I did the speedrun. Yeah, sorcery can get like very ridiculous very fast. The Dark Bead, that one is really fun. Does like fucking 2 shots like every boss in the game. Yeah, having a physical copy is really nice. I didn't really talk about it too much in the PS3 video, but I mentioned it I think in the 2022 games video, but I got a like limited edition version of Dark Souls on the PS3. It comes with like this art book and everything. It's really cool. That one is like not Prepare to Die edition, so I wouldn't recommend that. But you know, I don't think there's any like limited edition of the Prepare to Die edition version. Wait, now that I think about it. I mean, technically, you could get like the limited edition and then just like buy the DLC from the store. That would basically be the same thing as the Prepare to Die edition, because like the Prepare to Die edition is basically just like a package deal where you get the DLC on top of like the base game. But I guess you can just buy it from the store. If the PS3 store is still around. I think it is. I would have probably heard if it was like taken down. But the limited edition really surprised me. It was like 30 euros. Like a Dark Souls limited edition. It was like a day one version or some shit. 30 euros. It wasn't like one listing. It was like they were just selling for 30 euros. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. Already over an hour. And I just hit a nice even number. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. No shiny. Honestly, because I was talking about so many things, and I was kind of like a mess at the beginning, I didn't really even like pay that much attention to like the screen here. But I think you people in the chat would have probably screamed at me if there was a shiny, so I don't think I got a shiny. Sometimes I just like don't pay attention to the screen. But I think like if there was a shiny, the fact that the animation would take longer and there would be the sparkle, I would probably notice it. Probably. I'm not gonna get gold and silver crystal in a pack with the training card. GBC one, all the Gen 1 games in Japanese. Gen 1 2 times, but I think it was cheaper than buying them one by one. Yeah, I've seen some of those on like eBay and other places, like a package of all of them. It's pretty cool idea. I think probably won't be doing it anytime soon, but I'm definitely gonna start like looking into like the next package thing that I buy from Japan, like I did the PS2. Yeah. I don't know what stuff specific. There's so many things that I'm interested in. I don't know I don't know what stuff I'm specifically going to like focus on. I guess I could just get like a bunch of random stuff. I don't really need to like focus on any specific console or anything. Yeah. This was quite the messy stream. That was kind of the point of this. Just gonna go over everything. It was pretty fun though. It was fun chatting here. It was fun showcasing all this stuff. Let me zoom in the pigeon here so we get a nice big look here. Yeah, I'm gonna post on Twitter probably like some kind of showcase thing of this. And yeah. Do I stream tomorrow or the day after? I don't know. I think I'll decide tomorrow. Either way, I'm gonna play Elden Ring, and then probably later on in the week I'm gonna do a Monster Hunter stream. And actually, yeah, tomorrow, if I'm awake, the 12, no, like 1 a.m., then I guess I'm gonna stream the Capcom event. Maybe. I don't know. Follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up with this stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching, as always. See you someday. Maybe. Also, here's the cool new ending. I didn't get to show the starting before, so here it is.